In the back of the book segment tonight, could aliens attack us Earthlings over the global warming situation? Well, it may sound odd, but a team of researchers at Penn State University explored this scenario, among others, in a recently published study that examined whether extraterrestrial contact would benefit or harm humanity. Bill sat down recently with Seth Baum, one of the study's authors, to discuss the findings.
So why did you use a hypothetical of extraterrestrials to make a point about global warming?
Well, the point of the paper was not really to talk about global warming, but to explore what would happen if we do encounter extraterrestrials. We think it's unlikely, but it could happen, and if it does happen, it could go down a lot of different ways. The global warming scenario is just one in the paper.
All right. So the main thrust of the paper, you and two postdoctoral PhDs at Penn State, was to discuss aliens from outer space.
It's worth at least a little bit of serious attention just in case it does happen.
All right. And so then you bring in global warming as part of the scenario that the extraterrestrials would have to deal with, and they'd be teed off, according to you.
If they see humanity expanding as we have been on Earth, as a civilization that could expand beyond this planet, and just as we are a dominant force here on Earth, we could become a dominant force across the galaxy. That could be cause for concern to whatever civilizations might happen to exist.
This is nuts.
Obviously, you didn't see Transformers. I mean, those people are, come on.
Half the world would feel safer with the Autobots completely gone. Get them out of here.
But I'm curious, what are the other negatives beside global warming that the aliens may get teed off about?
Well, the negative here is not global warming itself. What we're really talking about is our expansion as a civilization, where the greenhouse gases that are going up into the atmosphere are one sign of that. That's the greenhouse gases from us burning fossil fuels that's been going on, especially since the Industrial Revolution. And that's a sign of us expanding as a civilization.
But what if the aliens are doing a lot worse than that? I mean, they could be doing anything up there. We don't know what they're doing.
In all likelihood, and this is a good point, in all likelihood, any extraterrestrial civilization that's out there is much more advanced than we are.
All right. If I had submitted this paper to my professors when I was at the Kennedy School at Harvard, they would have given me an F on this thing, because you couldn't do the hypotheticals the way that you did them. You understand that academic discipline there?
Which are you referring to here?
Your whole thesis about E.T. and aliens and how they would react.
This is a scenario analysis. This is an analysis of things that could happen.
If but it's like 80,000, 80 million to 1.
We don't know what could happen, and it's just an exercise to help us prepare for an encounter if it does occur.
Okay.
And so there are a lot of things out there that could happen that we're not necessarily expecting.
Are you prepared for the alien encounter, are you?
Crossing my fingers it doesn't happen right now.
But if it does, are you prepared?
Probably not.
I appreciate you coming in.
Sure, thank you.
the negotiations and the research and the investigation going into the failure of the Progress launch and the impact that could have on you. What additional training are you getting for possibly having to demand the space station? Tell me about that process.
We're just as the investigation is kicking off and it's finishing up its second week now. There's a lot of work yet to do in that arena. The teams mostly on the ground. There's a lot of efforts going on to look at all of the different options that could possibly come into play. First, obviously, we're going to have a short handover with the new crew, if any at all. It's possible we will have a station without people on it for a hopefully short period of time. I think that it's a source of pride, the fact that we've kept crews up here continuously for over 10.5 years. Maybe it's close to 11 years now. Is it 11 years? Close. I think we're getting there. It can become a bigger deal over a period of time as more things have the opportunity to stack up against you. So a short gap, not a big deal. But I've seen some of the same reports that you and your comrades have written. As that short gap turns into many months, then your probabilities start to stack up against you, and it leads toward a greater possibility that we would have a problem up here that became very significant with nobody to take action.
Leaving the station uncrewed might have the politicians thinking about permanently calling it quits and saying, we really don't need to be spending this money.
You're listening into a bit of dialogue there between NASA astronaut Ron Guerin regarding some video downlink, and also that prior conversation with JAXA astronaut Satoshi Furukawa regarding some of his payload activities.